Sukui Gar. Greetings, I am Tad Larkin, the lore master of Manda-LORE, and today I will be digging through the archives to elaborate on the agricultural world of Dantooine. Dantooine is the fourth planet out of 8 in the Dantooine system, which orbits the star Dina, located in the Ryobalo sector of the Outer Rim territories. Orbited by 2 unnamed moons, Dantooine is a terrestrial planet with a Class 1 breathable atmosphere, temperate climate, and standard gravity. With an equatorial diameter of 9,830 kilometers, a local day on Dantooine lasts just about 25 galactic standard hours, with a local year made up of 378 local days. Primary terrain features on Dantooine consist of vast open plains, savannas, steppes, rivers, oceans, and grasslands. It is possible that one native sapient species evolved on Dantooine, the Dantari. However, it is widely debated if they indeed evolved on Dantooine, or if they're just descendants of an ancient human colony. As for emigrated species, humans, Ithorians, Duros, Selkath, Celestins, Pasithip, Rhodians, and in the past, Rakata, have all been present on Dantooine at some point in galactic history. In its heyday, Dantooine supported a population of over 2 million beings. However, today, it is estimated to be around only 1,000, and comprised of 35% human, 18% Dantari, and 47% other. We have records of small settlements, military bases, and outposts popping up and then fading away throughout Dantooine's history. However, in modern times, there are more loose collections of scattered farms than there are actual towns and cities. This being said, Dantooine's major export is foodstuffs, mostly grains and domesticated animal meats, while importing technology, medical supplies, and luxuries. The list of fauna on Dantooine is quite large, so in the interest of time, I will say that Dantooine supports a vast variety of salt and freshwater fish, avians, reptiles, bovine, rodents, marsupials, pachyderms, and insects. Dantooine's history goes as far back as 30,000 years before the Battle of Yavin, when it was a known colony of the Rakatan Infinite Empire before its collapse. Sometime prior to 4000 BBY, Dantooine was rediscovered by the Galactic Republic and subsequently colonized, and it even attracted the attention of the Jedi Order, and a training enclave was established there. By the outbreak of the Great Sith War in 3997 BBY, the Dantooine Enclave was headed by Jedi Master Vodo Siosk Boss, and it was his apprentice, Exar Kun, that fell to the dark side of the Force, and waged war against the Republic with his own reconstituted Sith Empire until it fell a year later. Towards the end of the Jedi Civil War in 3957 BBY, Darth Revan, a former Jedi and student of the Dantooine Enclave, was captured by the Jedi, following a betrayal by his Sith apprentice Darth Malak, and taken back to Dantooine, where he was revived, had his mind wiped, and was later retrained. Revan worked with Jedi Jolee Bindo, Bastilla Shan, Republic soldier Carthonasi, Mandalorian mercenary Candris Ordo, and the assassin droid HK-47 to bring an end to Malak's tyranny, and on Dantooine they discovered an ancient Rakatan star map that would help lead them to the Star Forge, the source of Malak's military might. In retaliation, Malak bombarded the surface of Dantooine from orbit, destroying many farms, other settlements, and even the Jedi Enclave itself. But by then, the star map was already in Revan's hands, and the group was off-world searching for more Rakatan star maps. Following this, Dantooine would be occupied by Sith forces until Darth Malak's defeat a year later at the Battle of the Star Forge. Over the next 5 Galactic Standard years, the settlers of Dantooine formed an independent government, the Kunda, with the seat of their government in the Kunda Plains, headed by Administrator Tarina Adare. In 3951 BBY, the Republic reclaimed Dantooine after the Jedi Mitra Surik and Rook Lamar aided the local Kunda militia against a mercenary organization known as the Exchange, looking to claim Dantooine for their own. Soon after, the Jedi Enclave was hastily rebuilt and housed the remnants of the Jedi Council in exile following the first Jedi Purge by the Sith Triumvirate. That was, until the former Jedi Kreia, who revealed herself as Darth Traya, slaughtered them all. Though Dantooine remained in Republic hands following the Dark Wars and the defeats of Darth Sion, Nihilus, and Traya, the Jedi Order never rebuilt the Enclave there. During the Cold War, in 3653 BBY, a skirmish erupted in the Crystal Caves near the Dantooine Enclave ruins, between the Jedi Dar Nala, Fortress Gal, and Satil Shan, and the Sith Lords Darth Angral and Darth Barris, accompanied by Sith Imperial soldiers. Jedi Master Darnala, who was discontent with the Treaty of Coruscant that paused hostilities between the Galactic Republic and the re-emergent Sith Empire, was among the casualties. 26 years later, during the Third Galactic War, the Sith Empire hired the Nova Blades pirate organization to assist attacking Dantooine. The Republic, however, was able to hold the line. Following the Sith Empire's eventual defeat, Dantooine's remote farming communities would enjoy relative peace for the next few millennia, even through the turbulence of the Draculch period and the devastating New Sith Wars. By the outbreak of the Clone Wars in 22 BBY, Dantooine was once again a battleground, and 4 months into the conflict, Jedi Master Mace Windu and the 187th Clone Legion were tasked to defend Dantooine from the Confederacy of Independent Systems, who sought to recover Rakata artifacts that may help their war effort. The battle seemed almost lost when the CIS deployed a massive seismic tank. However, even after briefly losing his lightsaber, Windu pressed on and took out the seismic tank, evening the odds for the Republic to eventually claim victory. During the Great Jedi Purge in the years between the Clone Wars and the Galactic Civil War, a scuffle broke out on Dantooine between feuding brothers, X1 and X2, experimental clones of the human Jedi Master Fallon Gray. Master Gray, who was hiding out on Dantooine along with X2, was found by Darth Vader and X1, who brought their own Imperial forces, and he led the Dantooine rebel cell against the invaders, fighting until his last breath. 2 years before the Battle of Yavin, the Corellian Treaty was signed between the rebel cells led by Mon Mothma of Chandrila, Bail Organa of Alderaan, Garm Bel Iblis of Corellia, and Jedi Master Ram Kota and his militia, creating the Alliance to restore the Republic, more commonly the Rebel Alliance. Dantooine was picked as the optimal location for the Rebel Alliance's first base, due to its remoteness and low population. And from there, the Rebel Alliance used Dantooine as a staging area for multiple strikes on Imperial targets. The Rebel Alliance stayed on Dantooine for a little over a year before relocating to the fourth moon of the gas giant Yavin, and during Princess Leia Organa's imprisonment aboard the first Death Star, she falsely gave Dantooine as the location for the Rebel base to Grand Moff Tarkin, shortly before destroying Alderaan. Following Alderaan's destruction, the famous Rebel Alliance and later New Republic pilot Tycho Selchu, currently serving as an Imperial officer, became disillusioned with the Empire after it blew up his homeworld, and he defected. However, he was captured and detained on Dantooine. Rogue Squadron, formerly Red Squadron, led by Luke Skywalker, hero of the famous Battle of Yavin, conducted a rescue mission on Dantooine and sprung Selchu from incarceration, beginning his career with the famous X-Wing Squadron. Dantooine remained in Imperial hands until the Empire's fragmentation following Emperor Palpatine's death at the Battle of Endor, 4 years after the Battle of Yavin, and it would fall under the territory of Grand Moff Ardis Kane and his Pentastar alignment. Sometime before 10 ABY, Dantooine was liberated by the New Republic in an assault led by General Lando Calrissian and his crack team of commandos. A year later, the New Republic relocated a group of refugees from Aol Shah to Dantooine for a better life in a more suitable habitat. However, it wasn't long before the colony became victims to a new Imperial threat, Admiral Natasi Dalla, who proceeded to massacre the refugees as a demonstration. During the Vong War, more refugees, this time from the subjugated Dubrillion, arrived on Dantooine to escape the extragalactic invaders. However, the Vong weren't too far behind. The Yuuzhan Vong invaded Dantooine in full force, and despite the best efforts of Grandmaster Luke Skywalker, Mara Jade Skywalker, Leia Organa Solo, Jason Solo, Anakin Solo, and Gavin Darklighter, Dantooine fell to the Yuuzhan Vong. Half of the Debrillion refugees and nearly all of the Dantari were killed in the battle, and Dantooine would remain in Yuuzhan Vong hands until their surrender to the New Republic's successor government, the Galactic Alliance, in 29 ABY. With the Yuuzhan Vong threat over and peace negotiated, borders were redrawn, and Dantooine fell under the jurisdiction of the Imperial Remnant, as well as its successor governments, including the Fel Empire, and later, by extension, the Galactic Triumvirate. This transmission was suggested by Jacob Ayers. If you have any suggestions for future transmissions, don't be afraid to drop a comment. Special thanks to my patrons, Wildcat144, Andrew Rushing, and the Grand Pope. If you'd like to support this channel, please visit my Patreon to find out how. Link is in the description. In the meantime, keep your comm channels open for future transmissions, and don't forget to subscribe. Tad Larkin. Out.